Welcome back to Formula Roblox right here, down here from the Turbo Concept right here onto this weekend race. We're back into some kind of qualify selection and about for today, and because it is time to spectate, I couldn't able to get for things in first position. Now let's just choose in for the replay broadcast. We have two of the drivers who try to qualify it as well. So another kind of driver who has been spectating, even some kind of probably a man is trying to spectate me, even because all of a sudden we have one driver left and probably another driver who will be joining around for here today. Let's return back into the menu as possible. And finally, we're not going to be doing for some more races. It's time to do for itself for our very first time trails as we go here. As you click here for the time trails and unranked F1 races, which should be lead onto for the private server itself or single player as well. As you may go here, we just completely change in round 4 to this game, so probably the Formula Roblox time trial will be set right here into the beginning. So it loads correctly. Formula Roblox time trails is absolutely completely only for me, and because it's created by Wesley 1041, probably we should be able to drive around here. The best lap times will be select the track as well. So the first is gonna be the local. The equal cars is going to be set into on, and because my best personal lap times was 1 minute and 10 seconds, and because I just literally beat Rainbow Dash all over to itself, just like some kind of a Top Gear selection, because I have to beat somewhere other else. 1 minute and 35 seconds, which is the personal best, is 1 minute and 33 onto the race day. 52 seconds onto this one thing, and I'm pretty so slower than I actually tried to do so. 1 minute and 21, which is I cannot believe here, and this is where that I just literally did for my first race. So New Jersey Street Circuit is gonna be finishing in 1 minute and 29 seconds, because I just literally get myself into extremely fast as well. So probably, and it's another one for some kind of a worst circuit of all. 1 minute and 25 seconds. Rio de Janeiro. So one of their tracks has been removed, and unfortunately I couldn't able to race for so big as well. So even because of this one thing, I suppose to try to beat things out, and we're just gonna be trying to do for is one thing. So the global circuit is actually only the one. So this is where I should be able to select the track for the first time. So this is my collection around here, shop settings as well. So we're gonna be doing for against the settings. We have to stay, the viewer name, sun rays is absolutely check. Always miles per hour instead of kilometers an hour as well. So probably for the mouse dead zone is absolutely going to be using like this one. Hints and chats around here. But first, we're going to be using for some kind of not menu for about for here. Let's turn off the racing line as possible. But first, we turn off the racing line and let's start driving as well. Now, as you can see, if I return back into the pits, now I'm always in soft compound tires. Now let's start into about for is one condition. So currently it's overcast around here for today. Now before it's gotta be raining out here. Wait, this is not absolutely for our first race. Let's jumping out to exiting for the menu. So let's just gonna be reselecting the track, and because I didn't remember in about for this self, because we didn't turn the equal cars to on, looks like we're gonna be using for the international. This is where for my first race by year late 2020, it should be gonna be loaded up for just one thing. It will be taking for very much minutes, and we're gonna be start against the time trail. As I'll retry, I should be able to start driving, and I'm gonna be pretty used to soft compound tires. And because currently it was nighttime, and all of a sudden we have to make it things really fast as possible, and we're gonna be doing for some kind of a fast lap times as always. We must be more quicker than ever in other kinds of vehicles. Now let's see, we're gonna be beating the best as possible. Now I couldn't able to reach 200 miles per hour because I actually can. Because starting into this first slowdown, and perhaps we just might able to count for some kind of tires to heat it up. As we can see around with the tires, this should be able to get loaded up for this as well. And because unfortunately I cannot do for our best lap times as anymore possibly, it's not going to be doing so right. After to qualify, and for my first race in Formula Roblox, I need to get somewhere even more faster than we wanted to do. So I have to make it one time. Oh dear. We just eventually make things a various worst idea. Now the tire count isn't going to be such as work, and because only one thing is, it doesn't gonna be believing you for about 4 digits behind. So well, let's just try to take a route which is very forgot around for here somewhere. I think I just literally forgot to turn on the racing line on, because I just gonna be keeping on looking on the reference. This is where I actually turn off the racing line, and because that should making things even more dumber as well. So this is what happens. I'm absolutely started to get a little bit ruined out here, and we probably were very sure not using brakes out here for this gotta be even flat out. The next corner is even something for sarcastic around here. So let's just make it all the way for a very best lap. And because make sure even for our first lap isn't going to be very quick as well. And this is actually contained for over 2 minutes in for some kind of lap time. 2 minutes 0941. Now let's just gonna be trying to slow down against first time. So as you can see around the delta, which tells you that when you're the fastest lap is on, we're completely on and on again. So as you can see, 3 seconds behind of him, and we just probably making things for such as fastest lap on earth. Now let's just try to slow down in the 50 line, 4 seconds around behind. And then our second sector isn't going to be very quick as well. 9 seconds around here. Now we're just going to be hitting around for the 100 board before the second corner to turn right. So 12 seconds right behind him because I just literally made a mistake. Now we just completely trying to slow down, hitting the brakes and turn. Oh great, this is absolutely pretty such as a good idea. And the next corner, let's flat out then. And another one is must be for a 16 seconds. Brake until a little bit once. Oh, I should be able to start to lose my mind. Now I should be able to get refused to get for finish around here. 16 seconds all the way back there. Oh, think I just started to get for lose around gap around as well. 1 minute and 44 seconds. This is eventually more slower than Spa-Francorchamps. So I think we need to reach my gain. And we probably, if we're just going to be doing that enough, all the way for our first lap times isn't going to be for a very good idea. And how am I gaining in about the delta selection? So start, going to turn into the apex and against the curb as possible. and break down to the 50 line. And this is not going to be doing for such as one thing. The first sector is going to be completed, by the way. Even the delta will be even set into minus. That should be going to be gone to worse. Now I should be able to get around for many more as possible. Now it's going to be for a 1 second behind. Unfortunately, I wasn't going even more faster. Then started to brake earlier as well. But losing in the amount of gap as well, or gaining back up. Now let's just continue to brake all the way. And a flat out of this another one. 1 second behind. And against for one thing. Now I shouldn't be able to get lost. Oh my sweet. We just touched the grass and losing the gap. As literally over one mistake. But as you can see, for a lap time, it goes for 1 second down, 1 minute and 43.470. That's enough for the lap times as even possible. So looks like we're jumping out to exiting out of the menu. But as you can see, the past lap times around for it's 2 minutes, 1 minute and 44, 1 minute and 43. I must upgrade it for our vehicles, and we're not doing for this on ranked as well. We're not going back into standard, and let's just choose for our next track. As we're going to be choosing the next one will be for the another one for this raceway around here. Instead of for the international circuit around here, this is the third race beyond for around here. Let's just select track. And without further ado, this is no equal to vehicles or cars as well. Now, once I just select the track, this is not even possible to do so. Now, let's just gonna be try to start my collection. We have the past lap times. The time trial top 100 is gonna be about for itself to do like this one. We have loading of these time trials. Isn't going to be loading much so either. So the past lap times is absolutely set off. So probably even because of the complete amount of laps is going to be 25. This is about for many more reasons we cannot able to do so. Let's just start driving. About for the soft compound tires. Let's just remember everything is not instead of the night as well. So the lap time should be held at daytime because I recently that I just speak it away for the sun all the way. Because the game releases in the 2016, let's just go. Perhaps I must do it really fast. Now let's try to slow down. And probably we need to get something even more quicker. This raceway is absolutely insanely going to be better to do so. 1 minute and 21 seconds. We need to that I just literally very come as well. Now I have to be so faster that I just literally gonna be containing a little bit for very much as well. Now I should be able to get for very much quicker than I actually wanted to do. Just start braking over here. And we just eventually gonna be trying to still continue around as well. There must be, I can see some kind of a few more reference, losing top speeds as possible. And the second sector, I should be taking 100 board. Oh dear, we just eventually a waste of time. And we just gonna be making for a various wasted. Oh dear, because if I just gonna be lost my time as well. I should be able to still continue for various best lap times as possible. Oh no, we're losing amount of connection around here. Now we should be able to slow down 100 board. And we just slightly a cursed mistake. Oh no, we need another attempt of this. Our goal is we're gonna be trying to beat 1 minute and 37 seconds. That I must beat him out as well. So, as we just gonna be trying to continue to beat 1 minute and 37 seconds on the lap course, which is about for just only one lap time as well. But unfortunately, 1 minute and 35 seconds. Oh dear, we just literally waste some time as well. So probably we should be able to get for much more quicker. Now let's redrive into this one thing. So let's just gonna be resoft the tires as well. Hold spacebar to exiting the menu. So the goal is we're gonna be taking advantage of this thing. Now as you're gonna be trying to speed all the way out here, and let's try to beat 1 minute and 35 seconds. I couldn't able to beat him as well. Now we try to slow down. Oh dear, we lost connection. Let's try to beat 1 minute and 35 seconds that I'm just gonna be regaining from my connection back as well, as I'm just gonna be using for the 50 sides as well. Let's just try to beat him, and once and for all, let's just gonna be get for ourselves for a good lap. 1 minute and 35 seconds is gonna be up next. Let's slow down to the 100 board. As you can see, the delta is absolutely going to be reaching itself, skyrocketing into 1 second right behind of him as well. Now let's just say 100 board as well, so looks like I should be able to get for very much more slower. This isn't going to be very hurting for against for one day. Now the first sector is going to be about to losing against one thing. Now let's just try to do 100 board once again. Now we just try to make things itself and gain back into the position. Now as you can be might able to see around here, 187 miles per hour, we just continue to go in 100 board. Now we have to slow down and try to get here as possible. And another one as well, as you might able to gain for very much seconds as possible. Flat out there, and flat out here, and another one here. As you remember to turn off the racing line as well, because this is the most importantly that you might able to gain for very much laps as possible. Now as you might able to, despite seeing this, almost 1 second, and finally 1 minute and 35.041. Now I should be able to get far away from 1 second. Now let's just try to make things without further ado. Let's get extremely hard better. As for a 50, now I should be able to get for a refuse to gain on the win. And because like we ever tried to say, this is gonna be ridiculously. Alright, -3, 8 like this thing as well, so the purple sector is absolutely pretty good, I'd say. We just try to get slower. Oh, we forgot the 100 board. And probably this isn't gonna be very much more faster than I ever imagined. The second sector is gonna be very slower than I absolutely retry. Oh, we got the red sector. Another one as well. So we have to do for it's another one. If we turn on the racing line 1, 2, 3, I'm pretty sure that that's enough for just otherwise. So let's just gonna be jumping all the way out of here, because if we're gonna be trying to beat for 1 minute and 35 seconds, let's just the end of this video for literally immediately. So if you're just gonna be trying to do so for it's another one, we need to select any tracks of any time, because that's enough for first lap times. And anyways, that is our very first lap times to complete, and against only one for a formula points as well. We need to do for many points as even possible for top 100 time trials, and against for all time. So if you like for today's video and the past lap times as well, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, probably finishing for many races. And I cannot believe that we're doing for this only unranked as well. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and the next time that I will be beating for many lap times as possible after buying some Formula 1 cars as possible. And this is gonna be Turbo Concepts signing off, and I'm gonna be talking to you all later. and especially Formula One fans as well.